What's up, guys? I'm espben 360, calling my Week 11 picks for this year, and yes, we're heading into playoffs, so expect better games, and more exciting games as we're heading into playoff as we're heading toward the playoffs. And yes, I did it in a different version because the experiment I did with the two games for the Thursday night football games like this, they actually worked out pretty well. So I'm trying to uh, um, do that for also my complete picks, so I can see if it gets that much attention. All right, the first game we have the Cincinnati Bengals against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals here actually, because this is something that Baltimore needs to be aware of. Every time they win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and yeah, every time they win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they celebrate it like it was a big game, and they slack off for about 1 week or 2 weeks. And also, Cincinnati's hot. Cincinnati's a competitive team. They're gonna come out and they're gonna in a close one, but Cincinnati's gonna take it against the Baltimore Ravens, competitive team, and Baltimore has the tendency every time they win against Pittsburgh or every time they win a big game, divisional game, they're gonna slack off for 1 week or 2 weeks. So that's why I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals. Cleveland Browns against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking the Jaguars here. In Cleveland, Peyton Hillis, he's done. He was done from first of the year. Madden curse just struck this year again. It finished him. And meanwhile, in Jacksonville, that rushing game, Marie Jones-Drew, he's having a solid day. We might see him in Hawaii in about a couple more months from now. We might see him in Hawaii. He's having a solid day. He's having a solid day or a solid season carrying that offense. Excuse me, as he usually does. So don't expect this trend to end here, as he will carry the Jacksonville Jaguars to another victory. Detroit Lions against the Carolina Panthers. I'm taking the Detroit Lions here. Their defense, they're gonna be good, and they're gonna be solid. And their offense, they've been slacking off for a couple of weeks. I expect them to return back to normal against the Carolina Panthers defense. Alright, next game we have the Green Bay Packers against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a close one. Tampa Bay has been slacking off. Green Bay 9-0 right now, and they're it's time to speak right now about undefeated season. I believe they're gonna go 10-0 after this week against a struggling Tampa Bay defense. Coming to this year, everybody thought that Tampa Bay would be a playoff contender, and they started out like a playoff contender and a team that everybody expected. But that defense, they've been injured, they've been getting injured. Those linebackers have been getting injured. That defense, they they have been struggling in a couple of past weeks. So I expect the Green Bay Packers to be running it a little bit more, and those running games will create some passing lanes in the middle, and also expect Jarmichael Phillips to have a big game in the middle, and to when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Tampa defense spreads and allows those clear lanes. So I'm taking Green Bay here. Miami against Buffalo. The Miami Dolphins, they're looking at a regroup team. Buffalo coming off a 2-game losing streak, losing to the Jets and the Cowboys. I am taking Miami in an upset. I think Miami they're playing right now hard as a team. They're playing hard. They're playing as a group. They're running game. Reggie Bush finally is showing some glimpses. Brandon Marshall, he's gonna have another solid day. And I'm taking the Miami Dolphins. And one more thing, Matt Moore, he's been showing that he can be maybe a good quarterback for him. Maybe even coming up next season, maybe they re-sign him and make him their franchise quarterback. Who knows? Next we have the Oakland Raiders against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going with the Oakland Raiders here. I think they have found something special last week in Michael Bush going against a top 10 Chargers defense, and he blew past them. So expect Michael Bush to have another big game. Carson Palmer getting his last win, showing that he actually does now understand their offense and actually does get like how that offense works. So expect him to have a solid day against the Minnesota Vikings on the road. I know it's on the road, a tough place to win against in Metrodome, but I'm taking the Oakland Raiders in this one. Next game we have the Washington Redskins against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys coming on two out of their last three were wins. Their only loss was a blowout loss to the Eagles. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys here. I think coming off another big solid win last week. Expect this to expect this trend to continue. Demarcus Ware's excuse me. Demarcus Ware's on his way to breaking that record alongside Jared Allen. He's gonna have another solid day, maybe 2-3 sacks against the Washington Redskins. So expect the Dallas Cowboys to win this one, and that offense they should be playing just like every Sunday. Dez Bond gonna have a solid day. Jason Wynn gonna have a solid day, and their offense should be moving along just as well on the road against the Washington Redskins and win it in Washington. San Francisco 49ers against the Arizona Cardinals. I'm taking San Fran here. I think with the way they're playing 8-1 right now, the second best team in the NFL. The way they're playing, they're running the game. They're playing balanced a lot, which is I really like that approach. They're playing balanced. They're running the ball well. They're passing the ball well. Alex Smith, something has gone through his mind. He's playing real good this year. He's passing the ball to his wideouts. Vernon Davis is gonna have a good day, and Frank Gore he's catching the ball from the backfield, and the 49ers are just looking right now like a well-oiled machine. I'm taking the 49ers, and they will go to an impressive 9-1. Next game, we have the St. Louis Rams against the Seattle Seahawks. I'm taking the Rams here, playing at home. And that running game, Steven Jackson, coming off that injury. Every game he's played after that injury has been solid. Every game he's been playing is 100 plus, 100 plus. Right now, he's playing at a pace that he's one of those guys that we might see him also in Hawaii come a couple months from now on. You know, talking about guys that might make it to Pro Bowl a couple months from now. This guy might be on top of that list right now, on that voting chart, because how solid he's playing and how good he's playing as of right now. So that's why I'm taking St. Louis Rams, and also Brandon Marshall. He's gonna have his big catches against the Seattle Seahawks secondary, and I'm taking the Rams. Atlanta Falcons against the Tennessee Titans. Chris Johnson finally showed something this year, at least something to be proud of this year. A good performance. I'm still taking Atlanta here. I think Michael Turner, he's been hot. He's gonna have another good game. And Julio Jones and that offense, Roddy White, Matt Ryan, they should come along, score a lot of points, and that defense should do enough to win the ball game for the Atlanta Falcons. Next game we have the San Diego Chargers against the hot Chicago Bears. Matt Forte, he's been a big time he's been a big time uh, producer for that offense. He's been catching the ball from the backfield. He's been running it. He's having a big time season this year. And this guy is definitely right now on pace to make the Pro Bowl as well. He's at least playing like right now like this, and he's just playing lights out this year, helping the Chicago Bears big time. And I'm taking the Chicago Bears here. I think Matt Forte is gonna do it again. If the San Diego Chargers want to have any chance of winning, they got to slow down Matt Forte. But I don't think that defense will be good enough where they can stop him, and that's gonna open up passing lanes for the Chicago Bears. That's why I'm taking the Chicago Bears against the San Diego Chargers. Giants, Eagles in Meadowland. Y'all remember what happened last year? Y'all remember that? Deshaun Jackson returning that punt for a touchdown. Well, this year it's reverse. The Giants are doing good while the Eagles are struggling big time. That's why I'm taking the Giants. I think that defense, they're the most sacks in the league, taking on a struggling offensive line of the Eagles. Give me the Giants here. I think they're gonna get a lot of sacks in this one, a lot of free outs for the Eagles, and their offense will be scoring a lot of points. And know that we're not gonna see another defensive meltdown like last year. That defense will be solid, and they will win the game this year on Sunday night. New England, Kansas City, Monday night football. I'm taking the New England Patriots here. They're on this couple of weeks. They've been on a high and low roller coaster, but I'm still taking the Patriots here against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think their passing game will be good enough. Those two tight ends, Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski, they're gonna have solid games. Wes Welker is gonna have a solid game. Their offense will have a solid game, and that defense. A lot of questions about that defense, especially if they make it to the playoffs. I don't know how they can handle teams like Pittsburgh or Green Bay. No, excuse me, not Green Bay. The New York Jets, or those high-scoring offenses. I have a lot of questions about that defense, but I'm still taking the New England Patriots. I think that offense will do the job as well, again, and win them the ball game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Alright, for more updates, just go, just check out my YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/espben360, or also check out my Facebook video and like my page at www.facebook.com and go to and ESPN 360. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Have a great night.